Hi, everyone. Hi, and welcome to Z Study Hub, your home for scholarships, university applications, and generally studying abroad. Today, I am really excited because I'm not here alone. I'm mostly here by myself talking to you, but I'm super excited that I have a guest with me here. And it's a very interesting one because it's a bit of an impromptu live. And so we're going to be talking about his experience studying in Germany as an international student, but most importantly, how you would benefit from the conversation. And so there's a lot that we need to talk about. So I would not drag this. I'm just going to let us dive straight into it. And so my guest is Justice. So, Justice, welcome to Z Study Hub.
Thank you very much for having me this afternoon.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Okay, all right. My name is Justice Kofi Bimpe, and I'm from Ghana, actually, and currently in Germany doing my master's in international media studies. And I've done a little bit of work, mostly a journalist and a reporter. Did my undergrad at GIJ, Ghana Institute of Journalism, and finally decided that okay, I will not do my masters in Ghana and I'll find my way to travel and do my masters outside.
Okay, so what are you currently studying?
Okay, so currently I'm doing international media studies, and it's a course that is in collaboration with DW Academia, University of Bonn, and Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg, University of Applied Sciences. So these three institutions comes together to develop this particular and specific course for us journalists and also communication students. And if a moment you're in the field of communication, you are qualified to be in this course actually.
Awesome. So are you on a scholarship, and what scholarship are you on?
Okay. I'm on scholarship, and the scholarship is uh, also between DW Academia and DAD. So the first year, DW Academia is taking care of the first year. Then we migrate the second year to DAD as scholarship holders for the second year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So did you apply through the regular DAD scholarship routes?
No. So this one is different. The difference is that you apply through Hochschule Bonn-Rhein-Sieg, but during the application, there's a column for you to fill if actually you wanted that scholarship. Then after you fill that, you submit through the same school. Then DW Academy have access. Then they'll do the review with that. So you don't have to apply to that directly.
Oh, okay. I would go deeply a bit
Okay.
deeper into what the scholarship application process entails. But I'm curious to know, and I'm sure our viewers would like to know as well. This is really important. What are the benefits of the scholarship? What are you enjoying at the moment? Is it a full scholarship?
Um.
What does it come with?
Okay, that's a full scholarship, and it's an amazing one because you are exempted from a lot of things, even straight from application fee for visa, you don't pay. Your flight ticket is taken care of. Then when you come here to, if you're applying for resident permits, everybody's paying 100 euro, but you don't pay it. And also they give you a month. Now currently it's a monthly stipend of 934. It used to be 861, but they've increased it now to 934, which is actually supposed to cover for your statutory payments, be it accommodation, health insurance, and any other commitment you've made yourself. You're supposed to live within that budget, and it should be enough if you're able to handle yourself properly, not overspend.
Okay, so that's great. So it then means that you get to they take care of your healthcare, they take care of your academic expenses, they take care of your they give you monthly stipends
Yeah.
and
So no, so
everything.
they incorporate all this into the 934. So they actually don't determine how your which room you decide to rent. So they give you the
Oh,
money. Then now, as a student, you decide what to go for. So I know some of my colleagues are going for apartment that costs them like 500 a month, but
mm,
it's that's their budget and how actually they're handling themselves. Some are going for as low as 290.
Mm.
So you have this money, then now you have to take care of it and find a way of balancing all this.
Okay, so they give you the money, and
Yeah.
then you now determine how much you spend on accommodation. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, okay, that's great. So when you are like, would you do you get to pay your flight tickets when you're going to the country? Do they pay for you?
So you don't have to pay. They have a travel agent themselves, so they book the flight and just send you the confirmation. Then
Mm.
that's all you have to do. So the only thing is that you go for your visa appointment. When you get it, you submit the visa and your bio data for the passport page. Then that's all. They do everything for you and send it to you.
This sounds like a very good package. It's like you just don't stress about anything. You don't stress about the
No.
visa cost. You don't stress about anything
Yeah.
literally. That's great. So now let's talk about your scholarship journey because I'm interested in knowing what the journey was, how you started, what you had to do, what do you have to submit, how long did it take you to get there?
Okay. For me, it took me 2 years actually. So normally I used to tell people that sometimes people try at the first time they get it, but probably for you it may not be at the first time. So in all, it took me 2 years. I started with Chivney and other stuff that didn't actually work through. So within that 2 years, I was also considering other ones. So for
Hmm.
this one, like this, because already I did a lot of scholarships, I had my motivation and other things worked on with you and some other people that actually helped me through the process. So I was just trying to all the time draft the same motivation that I've been working on to suit any scholarship that I've seen that I want to apply for. So
Hmm.
actually, when the achieving and other stuff were not coming through, I decided, okay, then let me just try the Germany line because the first point of call for Ghanaians normally is not Germany. We always look at
Yeah.
USA, UK, and Canada. So I decided to do that. Then going through the process, and I saw that okay, there's also a viable scholarship that I can apply for, and the course is actually in line with what I studied in school and my work experience. So the first thing is to get your motivation as usual. Then you are supposed to submit reference letter from school and also one from work and also a proof of work letter from your workplace again. Then you also have to fill the that form. Then your transcripts certificates should be ready. Then you
Wow.
are good to go. Yes.
Would you say it was a stressful journey?
For me, I will not say it's stressful because I actually, if you're committed to it, it doesn't sound stressful again, especially if you know that you actually want it. But there may be times that when you get the rejection from some of the scholarships, you are down. But you
Mm.
just have to tell yourself that you just need one acceptance and you are cool to go.
Wow, that's great. And now that you have spoken about how glamorous this is and how great it is, I am sure someone is thinking and sitting and wondering how they can also do it, how they can get it.
Yeah.
So, what would be your advice or the guidance that you'd give to anyone who would want to study on a fully funded scholarship in Germany, whether it's your own scholarship or it's any other scholarship that you are aware of?
Okay. So first I'll talk about the different types of that scholarship. So for mine, it's a collaboration with DW Academia. There are other ones that also in collaboration with the UN, and also there's a straightforward that scholarships. And
Mm.
even that one, we have different types of that scholarship. So there's also one like Leadership for Africa. There's even country-based ones that you just like if they have a partner school like KNAST, then you just apply and do it in Ghana. You don't necessarily have to travel. So there are different types. So you have to look for the one that actually suits you. So if you want to travel out, then you have to look for the one that will allow you to travel out, not the
Mm.
in-country one.
Yeah.
And also the other ones, most often they want you to come here and learn the German for 3 months or 2 months before start of the main course. But for mine, I didn't need German. It's fully English and I don't need. any German. So I am here and now trying to find my way around it, and I'm still
Oh, okay. So
struggling.
you didn't need to write any language proficiency test.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
My
that's
English, yeah, my English proficiency letter from my school was enough. They even asked for it. Actually, they just said if your degree was in English for 4 years, then
mm-hmm.
that is okay. But I also added my English proficiency letter from school because I have it, so I just needed to just
Okay.
added it. Yes, but the other ones, they also will not ask you for the same thing, but they will tell you that when you come here, you come earlier, 2 months or 3 months ahead,
Mm-hmm.
then you learn German. Even though
Mm-hmm.
your course is in English, they still want to do the integration, so you still have to learn the German. But that was not in my case because mine was not a straightforward that scholarship. It was in
Okay.
collaboration with DW. Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm going to try to summarize it and like if you're taking it step by step. So the first thing you have to do is to identify the scholarship that you want to apply for, right?
Yes.
And if it
Yes.
is if it is the DAT scholarship, I believe you'd have to do your research on the kind of DAT scholarships or the different types of DAT scholarships available,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
And then when you do that, then you look out for their requirements.
Yeah. They have a general requirement. That is that you should have at least 2 years working experience. Then that's the for all of them. That's the fundamental rule for all of them. Two
O-
years at least experience, working experience. Yes.
Okay, so you should have 2 years work experience. You should have um an undergraduate degree at least that would help you
Yeah.
get to
That
master.
yes, that actually aligns with your masters. Because there
Oh,
are places that, so if I'm not on scholarship, I don't necessarily have to align my undergrad with my masters. I can do anything I want. But most of this one, they want
yeah.
to see that it's aligned, so it's not like you are veering off.
Mm,
But I know some people also were able to convert in their motivation to be able to do things that didn't actually align with their master their undergrad
yeah.
certificate.
Okay, because there's a question in the comments. Someone is asking that undergraduate in communication enables you to do postgraduate in international media. Please, what about someone with an undergraduate degree in fine arts, which is film and television?
Okay. So if for my like this, if it's scholarship, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that okay, this is why I want to switch from what I did and what I'm doing currently, and this masters will help me. Okay.
Mm,
So some of my friends that send me their motivation, I realized that there's so much focus on how it will benefit them, but they're not much talking about how they are contributing to society because
mm.
the scholarship is more about development. So, what are
Yeah.
you doing now that is benefiting society or your country that they can support you and aim that when you come back, you continue to do it?
Okay, okay. I hope that Ohinba was useful. So I am also so as an international student,
Yeah,
I'm also wondering what is life like, just to give people an idea. Because we know that in Germany there's a bit of a language barrier if you don't
yeah,
speak
yeah.
German, and I'm wondering. So as a Black African international student in Germany, what's the experience like for you?
So far, I'm lucky because I'm in UN city and here it's like we have a lot of foreigners here. So
Mm-hmm.
language, maybe when I go to do grocery shopping, I may have some because they may tell you that they want to you to bring 50 cents and I don't understand. I'm supposed to add 50 cents because whatever they're saying. But it's not so much a problem. But if you find yourself in a remote area, maybe your university is not really in a big city, it will be a problem. But if you find
Okay.
yourself in Bonn, Cologne, Berlin, Munich, Dortmund, those places normally is a big city. So
Yeah.
it's not that so much a problem. But at least you should know the basic ones that could carry you on. Like maybe they want you to they are saying something to you and don't understand. Maybe you ask them to speak English in German. They could switch, but some will not.
Yeah.
Some will not. Some will still want to keep to their German. So it's sometimes a problem because when I move out of the main cities, it's a problem. It's a problem actually. They I don't know whether they pretend not to speak English or they don't speak at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, have you had any racist experience or anything of that sort in Germany as an international student, as a
I
Black
didn't
person?
have that in the main city. There was this day we visited one of one of the smaller towns around. It was a fair,
Mm-hmm.
and we were coming back, and my colleague in class, they were having fun in the train, and
Mm-hmm.
the guys came and warned them. Even though I was not sitting close to them, they came to warn them, and they were still doing it. When they came, the guy moved straight to me and started speaking Deutsch. And later, what they explained to me is that he said, "Why am I in Germany and I'm not speaking Deutsch?" And because of that, he's going to drop me off at the next station. And luckily for me, the next station
Ooh.
was our stop. The
Wow.
next station was our stop. So it's not happening in the big cities, but maybe when you go out, the smaller ones, some of them will still look at you, because I still have some instances like maybe you sit in the bus, then you realize that nobody want to sit close to you. There's still space, but everybody looking for somewhere to sit, but
Yeah.
not by you. Then you realize that when
Yeah.
a black comes in, he or she comfortably sits by you, but the rest they are moving and passing to look for other seat. But there's still space by me.
Mm,
But it's cool. It's cool. We
yeah.
expected it.
You expected it. And isn't it sad that you expected it, or you sometimes are expected to see these things as normal? So in your story, you said your friends were having fun. Were your friends also black, or they were what?
No, not black. They are from Latin America. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So not purely black. So they were not really attacking them, but coming for me rather, that I was not even part of those who were
Yeah.
trying to dance. And
It's really sad. As international students, sometimes we experience these things, or just as Black people, to be honest. So, with that said, would you recommend Germany to any international students who wants to
oh
study?
yes, yes, I'll do that. I will do that. Their learning system is different for ours, and I think we everybody has to at least try something new, so that
Mm,
you know how others also learn,
yeah,
and not always our style of learning. So I totally recommend that you come to Germany, have a new experience, meet new people, then you have a wider view of a lot of things than what you used to have when you're back in Ghana.
yeah. So a bit unconventional, but I'm wondering, what's the most exciting thing you've done since you've been to Germany?
Uh, I think that would be that now I go to the club most often than Ghana. I don't go to the club, but now if
Okay.
I see that there's Ghana meets Niger club in Cologne, I go, because that's where you meet the black community. If
Yeah.
not, you're not going to likely meet them. So now that's the fun part. It's fun. It's fun.
Okay. Ohiniba is asking, please, do you mind sharing when it's open for applications? Do you know at the back of your mind when the scholarship opens?
If it's for mine is
Yeah.
already in progress, and it will end on March 31. That's for mine. But um, some of them are not opened. Leadership for Africa is not yet open. I think it's opened in April. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So if you want to apply, or if anyone wants to apply for your scholarship, they have to start applying now. Where
Yeah.
can they find the link to it, or how can they find the
Okay.
application portal?
Okay. Either I share the link with you, or the easy way to do it is just type International Media Studies DW. It will appear, and when you
Okay.
click on it, you see all the requirements, and frequently asked questions will give you more detail on specific things you need.
Okay, so I'm putting in the comments International Media Studies DW. But then
Yeah.
again, after this, if you're able to share the link with me, I'll put it in the comment section or the description of this video to make it easier for people to find. How many people do you know how many people approximately are given the scholarship?
Okay, for my course, it's only 10 people, and this across all developing countries. So it's not just Ghana. Uh, Sometimes we are lucky to get two from Ghana, sometimes one, but it's always, most often it's two. We normally get two from Ghana, one lady, one guy. And I think the scholarship picks, or the course actually picks more ladies than guys.
Okay. And with that said, I know we'll be wrapping up soon, but I'm just wondering, what should someone bear in mind? Because if it's that competitive, it then means that you did something right in your application. What should someone bear in mind if they are applying for the scholarship to make sure that their scholarship is strong?
Okay, one thing is that you should start very early.
Yeah.
You shouldn't rush it. Start very early and let people review for you. If only Zarina is still doing reviewing, you can send it to her so that you
Ah.
they do the review for you. So you should give it time. You should don't rush it, and also you should focus more on convincing them that what you're currently doing is contributing to society, and especially linked to the SDGs because that's what's widely everybody's we are all trying to attain now.
Hmm.
Then cross check. Even after that, they've reviewed your motivation and everything. You should cross check because sometimes there may be mistakes again. Cross check, and be so sure that everything you're submitting is what is needed and you followed every rule to the letter.
Mhm.
Because I was talking to one of the administrators, and what she said was that the first way to get people off is if you don't follow the rules, they will just automatically you are disqualified. You don't even go forward with it.
Wow. So make sure that you follow the rules. Make sure it then means that you have to do a lot of reading around it, and note everything.
Yes, and also let someone review your document, especially your motivation, and yes, especially your motivation. Someone should read through for you. Don't
Mm.
think that you let, especially those who have already been there or those who have had any experience in scholarship, have gotten a scholarship. Let them read through for you, because you may think you are doing the right thing,
Yeah.
but it may be that you're not.
So
You are
you're
not.
saying you wonder if I still do reviews.
Yeah, yeah,
Can
yeah.
Are you open to reviewing someone's essay for them if they want to apply for the scholarship?
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
had a lot of help, so I'm actually open to review people's
Yeah,
what
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, yes, I understand. I mean, it's great also that you are open to sharing and just having this conversation with me, and you have been really proactive throughout the whole process of trying to
Mm,
get this done. And I really do appreciate it, because again, it's important to be able to pay it forward and then share with people. And that's basically why I do this, just to be able to help people. Yes, it can be. I must admit, it can be stressful reviewing essays all the time. But but the idea is to be able to hold other people's hands just as other
yeah,
people have held your hands,
yeah.
because I also had a bit of support during my application process. So yes, I think it's great that you're sharing this with us today, and I really really appreciate that you made time to join us. Unfortunately, I mean we can't keep talking again because I don't want this video to be extremely
Long.
lengthy.
Yeah.
um but yes, if you're done, if you could kindly share the link, and then I'll put the link to the scholarship in the description. If you just joined or you are just watching, please make sure that you start watching from the beginning, because Justice has shared a lot of useful information on his journey and also how you can get the scholarship. And if you know someone who needs this, make sure you share it with the person. Also, please join the family by subscribing, because that's when you see a lot more useful information, because we'll be sharing a lot more of content like this, people sharing their experiences, and giving you information on how you can get a scholarship. And that's one thing I just want to say, is don't undermine the power of people who have, or the stories of people who have gotten it, because it's inspiring. When someone tells you their journey, it inspires you and lets you know that you can also get it, and it's not far-fetched. It's something that you can also get for yourself. So use this as an inspiration. If you have any questions, reach out, and also leave your questions in the comment section. You can also reach me on Instagram, Z Study Hub. One thing is, if I don't respond to your DM immediately, but rest assured that I will respond, because I always do my possible to respond, my possible best to respond, best possible to respond. So that's it. And I'm just gonna say thank you, Justice. If you have any last words, let's hear it.
Mm, I think I've said it already. So just be committed to it. That's the whole thing. If you're committed to it and you're not getting it, one day you surely get it. Yeah.
I'll be committed in one day. It's true. Do you know people have applied for scholarships like so many times? I know people who've had it after their fourth or fifth attempt.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying I want people to go through that stress, but I'm just saying that it's worth the effort, it's worth the
Yeah.
try, and then you get better with time.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So yes, so we're just going to wrap up. Thank you so much, Justice, for coming. Would you want people to reach out to you on any platform? Is there anywhere you want?
Um okay. They can do that on Facebook. It's still the same name by Justice Coffee Bempe.
Okay.
Facebook, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
for all those who are here, thanks for joining. You can leave your questions in the comments. If I don't have answers to them, I will ask Justice, and then hopefully he gives us a response.
All
So
right.
thank you, and lots of love, everyone. Bye bye. Bye,
Bye.
Justice.